The contents of the single camera AiVA kit will be as follows. AiVA camera with sunshield and mounting bracket. Controller camera I/O harness and camera power harness. Operator remote and operator remote harness. Single camera I/O harness. AiVA power harness with optional shutdown relay. To begin the installation, assess the forklift and determine where you would like to install the camera. In this video, we have chosen to install the camera on the roof facing the rear of the forklift. Using a ladder, carefully mount the camera in the decided position and ensure the magnets have adhered to the frame. Open the engine bay by pressing the latch under the seat and lifting upward. Remove the base covers to expose more wiring. After loosening the hex nut using a spanner, remove both the negative and positive terminals. Run the main harness from the engine bay up through the column to the roof-mounted camera. Using a magnet, mount the operator remote in the demonstrated position. Loosen the mount and position the remote so the operator can clearly see the display. Run the operator remote harness from the remote to the camera. Use cable ties to secure the harness. This is a bench layout of the harness that connects the operator remote and the camera. Firstly, connect the M12 connector to the far right connector on the camera. Connect the 12-pin DT connector. Connect the 4-pin DTM connector. And finally, the M12 screw lock connector at the operator remote. For the power harness, start by connecting the M12 screw lock connector at the left side of the camera. Then connect the 2-pin DT connector. Connect the positive, red, and negative black ring terminals from the power harness to the respective battery terminals. Secure the terminal connectors using an appropriate spanner. Using a multimeter, find an ignition line. This should show battery positive voltage when ignition is in first stage and 0 volts when ignition is off. If the timer relay is included in the kit, connect the ignition line to the yellow wire. Replace the covers that were removed, starting with the base plate. Followed by the rubber floor mat. And finally, close the engine bay. To configure the camera, firstly download and install the AiVA installation app onto your smartphone. Once installed, open up the app. Once opened, you will be prompted to log in using your account. If you do not have an account, click on I don't have an account yet, located on the bottom of the app. Fill in your first name, last name, email address, and company. Then click Next. Type in the password you wish to use for your login and confirm the password in the second field. Click Next when complete. You will now be registered. Enter the email address and password that you entered previously. Click Login. Make sure the AiVA camera is powered up during this process. Click on Install New Cameras. Select AiVA Single. Type in the serial number of the vehicle. In this example, I will be using a test unit. Select the time zone that you are currently located in. Click Next. The scanner will now open up. Guide it to the barcode located on the side of the AiVA camera. It will automatically detect the barcode. Select the appropriate connection type that applies to your situation, then click Next. Select the direction that the camera is pointed. The following will break down the next 3 options. The ground Z is the height that the camera has been installed from the ground. The offset is the distance that the camera has been installed from the outer edge of the machine. The heading is the angular position of the camera from the front of the machine. Type in the ground Z, offset, and heading in the associated fields. Clicking on View Position will open up a live feed of the camera. Once fields have been populated, click on Push Settings to Camera. If the settings have been successfully applied, a registered confirmation message will be displayed. The camera configuration process is now complete. In order to test the system, have the handbrake enabled and switch ignition to first stage. Allow 30 seconds for the system to start. Once it has booted, ask a colleague to walk past the camera. Ensure the dots on the operator remote are showing in the correct location.